Greetings, Light Tribe. Janine Palmer here, Spirit Silver Moon for Harmony Energy Healing. And I was sharing some memories from Facebook today. And Dean, thanks for this one. And I wanted to just do a real quick little talk on this. And what it says is, getting your shit together requires a level of honesty you can't even imagine. There's nothing about realizing, nothing easy about realizing you're the one that's been holding you back this whole time. And I don't know who it's by. It's like an anonymous quote. It doesn't have a name of an author. But when you think about it, I mean, if you take the time to delve a little bit deeper and think about it, there's a lot of truth to that, because we don't realize we're doing it. We don't purposefully set out to sabotage ourselves and our forward movement, hopefully. But sometimes we don't make a change because, well, it's usually because of fear or whatever, insecurity perhaps, but like sometimes we try to improve something. Maybe we're learning patience, but we try to fix something or make it better, or just be patient, or have deeper understanding. And so we might not be doing what's best for ourselves because we're trying to maybe do what we think is best for others. So that might be a story we're telling ourselves. That might be something we believe in, something we feel. In other words, someone's in a relationship and they feel like they're not ready to leave it for whatever. Like sometimes we will leave a relationship because we just know that we're supposed to, that it's time, and something propels us to forward movement to whatever that should be, whether it's a job, a relationship, friendship, whatever it is that's not resonating anymore. So, but sometimes we think we're doing right. We think we're honoring something, whether it's another or ourselves or the situation or the relationship, that we're doing our best to hold space for it, even if it isn't ideal. Because, I mean, what is? But I mean, even if it's not perfect, that you work through it, that's okay. But sometimes it's not perfect in a way that it's draining you or it's detrimental. And we're too busy trying to do what we think is right. Like for another, as I said, or for the situation, or maybe it's self-doubt, or maybe we're afraid to move forward because we don't know what direction to go. We don't know, well, where am I going? How am I going to get there? How am I going to make it happen? I don't want to hurt anybody else in order to do that. So, okay, so that might be honorable to not want to hurt someone else. Okay, I mean, yeah, I totally get that. But we don't need to hurt ourselves or stay in stagnation to avoid that. And I think something within us will guide us and tell us when it's time for something. Or if an opportunity presents where it kind of opens the door or gives us a way to do something that we need to do that's better for our path, for what we're supposed to be doing on our path, when and if we recognize it. So sometimes we just don't recognize something. Maybe we don't follow through. We haven't learned what we are meant to learn. But when we hold ourselves back, it's not intentional, typically, is it? It's just that there are things in the way. Oftentimes their belief systems, their thought forms, their fears, doubt, whatever, that we are holding ourselves back by the stories we tell ourselves that aren't true. It doesn't mean we're purposefully lying to ourselves, but there's thought forms and things that we tell ourselves, things that we believe, things that we buy into, whatever, that aren't true. There are myths. So it's not like we're purposefully screwing ourselves over, but when we start to come to the realization we can step out of that loop or that box or that mindset or that thought form or that belief system or that myth or whatever story it is that we've been telling ourselves, that's been keeping us stuck. Because at the time we're in that stuck, because we probably don't realize it, but then we get to a point later where we realize, okay, this isn't working for like my path, my calling, what I'm supposed to do in my life. And then we will disconnect from that and move forward, but we have to come to that realization first. So yes, we might be holding ourselves back, and also we might not realize it. So basically that's all this is about. Peace.